Hi everyone, this is Together Forever Marriage Ministry, and my name is May Victor, and this is my husband
Victor C. Victor.
Okay, and today we're going to be discussing on how to affair-proof your marriage. It's going to be a two-part discussion. In this first part today, we're going to really focus on what are those things, those avenues that couples are exposed on a daily basis as far as them having an affair outside the home. Those things that sound good, those things that look good, and those things that feel good, but you know, as I do, that underneath those things are the scams of the enemy. So we want to go through those areas today and hopefully get some kind of enlightenment, and we hope to help couples in this area so that we can be a little bit more careful and more protective of our families. So I just want to ask you, honey, what are those avenues that you know are areas that most married couples are vulnerable?
Yes, honey, there are basically three areas or 3 points that we need to be careful. One is places, the other one is people, and what interests us. I'm going to talk about places for a little while. Places where we go the most. Our workplace is number one. We spend inordinate amount of time at work. The average time we spend at work a day is about 8 hours, some 12, some even more. And of course, another place is also the shopping mall, the grocery store, the mechanic workshop, and places you normally would go. Those are areas that you go constantly and you expose, because you kind of lose your guard a little bit, because you go there always and you spend a lot of time there. You become so comfortable that you relax.
It's very interesting because we don't realize that sometimes for some of us, from Monday to Friday, you spend a lot more time with people whom you're not even married to, and spend so few hours with your spouse. So that's something that we need to watch out for. Are there some other avenues, honey?
As I said before, another avenue is people. There are people you also spend more time with than you spend with your husband. Again, we go back to work. Your co-workers, your supervisors, your subordinates. Those are people that you spend time with, you're actively participating or doing things with. The shopping mall. If you have a particular place you shop, the salespeople there, the people that work there, could be a point of vulnerability.
And this is not to say that you're going to go around getting scared about people and not wanting to interact with people, but I think what this video is all about is that your antenna should be up, you know, when you're dealing with people on a consistent basis for a longer period of time. Those avenues could be avenues that you, before you know what's going on, if you're not really watchful, you fall, you know, a prey to it. So, but there's one more avenue that you mentioned. You have not talked about it. You mentioned during the intro. What was that?
The other avenue is, of course, interest. The things that interest you. If you're someone that likes to go to club, if you're someone that likes to dance, if you're someone that likes to go shopping, if you like games, football, basketball, those are all avenues or things that someone could use to break your defensive mechanism. For me, I like soccer. If you talk about football, if you talk about things that interest me, you're going to get me talking. And in talking, I'll lose my guard.
Wow. You know, this reminds me what the Bible says, that we should guard our heart at all times, because out of our heart comes the issue of life. You know, if you don't guard your heart, if you don't guard yourself, then you open yourself wide for the enemy to attack. And what we're saying is, it's not necessary to leave yourself so wide open like that. Isn't that right, honey?
Just be careful a little bit. If you're at work you spend more time with your co-workers than you spend with your spouse on daily basis. So you just need to be careful to keep the main thing the main thing.